All right, the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is like a long, winding dragon. It stretches more than 4,000 miles from east to west. For thousands of years, this fortification helped block the advances of northern nomadic tribes. The sheer size of the entire construction is so vast that it's one of the largest building projects ever carried out in human history. Recognizing its architectural achievement and historical significance, UNESCO, which is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, added the Great Wall of China to its World Heritage List in 1987. Contrary to what many people think, the Great Wall of China was not a one time effort. It was, in fact, an ongoing one, with its origin dating back to the 7th century BC. China was not a unified country back then. There were many warlords, each with a claim to a part of China. Among those warlords, one of the state of Chu began to use packed earth to build a wall around his territory. He called it the Square Wall. When warlords from other states saw how effective the Square Wall was for defense, they began to follow suit. For the next several hundred years, there were many square walls in China. In 221 BC, Ying Zheng, the warlord from the state of Qin, eradicated all other warlords and unified China. He established a dynasty called Qin and proclaimed himself Shi Huangdi, which means the first emperor in Chinese. About the same time, a northern nomadic tribe called the Xiongnu grew aggressive and became an imminent threat to the Qin. In 215 BC, Shi Huangdi sent his trusted commander Mentian and 30,000 troops to drive out the Xiongnu and to fortify China's frontier. Shi Huangdi wanted to link up the existing square wall so the Xiongnu could no longer cross the border and harass the Chinese. After nearly a decade of construction, Mentian finally completed his daunting task. Shi Huangdi was very pleased with Mentian's work. He named the new structure Wanli Gang Zhang, which later became known as the Great Wall of China. In Chinese, the term Wanli Zhangzhang literally means 10,000 li long wall. Shi Huangdi picked that name because the Great Wall of China was about 10,000 li long at the time. Li is a Chinese measurement unit for length. 2 li is approximately 0.6 miles or 1 kilometer. I'll leave that for later. After Shi Huangdi, many emperors from various dynasties helped repair the Great Wall of China. They also built out several branches, making the Great Wall even longer. Among all those different endeavors, the emperors from the Ming Dynasty, that's 1368 to 1644 AD, spent the most effort. Terrified by the Mongols in the north, Ming emperors renovated the Great Wall of China over a course of more than 200 years. The Great Wall of China, completed with the usual passes and watchtowers, was built with solid stones instead of packed earth. Ironically, though, the Great Wall of China didn't help the Ming Dynasty fend off the Mongols. It actually eventually brought the empire to its demise. In 1644 AD, a man named Li Zheng revolted. After his troops captured Beijing, the capital, Ming's emperor died. At the time, a Ming commander named Wu Sangyi was guarding the Shanghai Pass, the most important pass along the Great Wall of China. Wu Sangyi figured out that his military force was no match for Li Zhesheng's, so he sought help from the Manchus, a nomadic tribe living northeast of China. The Manchus had been eyeing China for a long time, so when Wu Sangyi approached them, they seized the opportunity right away. The two sides made a pact. The Manchus would help Wu Sangyi defeat the rebels and restore the Ming Dynasty in exchange for money and land. Wu Sangyi held up his side of the bargain. He opened the gates of the Shanghai Pass and he let the Manchus cross. Unknown to him, however, the Manchus' secret agenda was the Manchus' secret agenda. As soon as the alliance defeated Li Zhesheng and his militia, the Manchus took control of China and established a dynasty called Qing. Any hope of restoring Ming's dynasty was all but gone. All right, so you have some questions to answer there. There's 7 of them.